Okay, emailers. Today we are going to be sending off the emails that we drafted last week or in the previous lesson. You brainstormed, you drafted an email. So today's learning targets are that I can edit and revise my email so that it says exactly what I want it to say. And I can send my email using an email address, subject, and a body. So during the last lesson, you brainstormed some things that you've missed about being in school. You brainstormed some things that you've enjoyed about being at home, 2 to 5. And then, most importantly, you drafted an email to the teacher of your choice. This person wrote to Mrs. Ash. And in at least 2 paragraphs, you told them about the things that you have missed about school and the things that you have enjoyed about being at home. So the very first thing that you need to do today is go back to the previous assignment and open up that draft, because your teacher has most likely given you some feedback about changes that you could make. Go back through, read through your teacher's edits, and then read your email out loud so that you can make all of the changes that you need to make. Often when reading our work out loud, we catch all of the silly mistakes that we made. So go back through, read your work out loud, make sure that you haven't made any of those silly mistakes, and make any of the changes that your teacher has asked you to make. Now that you've gone back and edited your email from the previous assignment, your draft, it's time to actually send the email. So you need to open your Gmail account. And for many of us, I know that's where we typically start. So you are going to click this button over in the corner here that says Compose. And I know that many of you have already done this before. The very first thing that pops up is this to line here. So who are we writing our email to? Well, if you don't know your teacher's email, I've included a list on your assignment of all of the teacher emails who you might possibly want to write to. So your homeroom teachers, Ms. Garner, your PE teachers, your music teachers. I am writing my email to Mrs. Ash. So I'm going to click and drag to highlight, click, drag, highlight her email address. And now I'm going to press Control. That might just say CTRL on your keyboard. Control and C at the same time. That copies her email address. Then I'm going to go back to this to line here, and I'm going to press again Control and V at the exact same time. That pastes her email in the to line here. Next, I need to write a subject. And your subject is often just 1 to 2 words, sometimes a few more, about what your email is about. So because this email is just me telling her what is going on with me, I'm going to title it Checking In. And I notice how I capitalized the C in checking and I capitalized the I in in. You want to capitalize every word in your title, because it's just like the title of your stories or poems, whatever. You want to capitalize your title. Next, you can click in the body of your email. So now here's where we're going to write our actual email. So now you have gone through, edited your entire email. You have that Google Doc open. So I'm going to open mine. And I'm going to select the entire email by clicking and then dragging to select or highlight the entire email. Now that I have the entire email highlighted, Again, I'm going to click Control, CTRL. Oops, it unselected. I'm going to select Control C to copy the email. Control and the letter C to copy the email. I'm going to go back to my draft of the email and click in here. And then I'm going to click Control and the letter V to paste the entire email. Okay, that looks pretty good. But now that it's here, this is kind of the danger zone. This is where I start to get scared. And I'm going to read through my entire email just to make sure that it says exactly what I want it to say. This is one of the scariest things about writing an email, is that once you press this little send button, it is there forever. So if you've made a mistake in your email, that's going to be there forever. So please make sure to go back and read through your entire email. Make sure that you haven't made any spelling mistakes, any grammatical mistakes, because that is one of the most embarrassing things that you can do. Okay, I don't see any grammatical mistakes here. So now that I know that I have the correct recipient, I'm writing this to Mrs. Ash. I have my subject, which is checking in, both capitalized. And I have my entire email with my salutation, Dear Mrs. Ash, my whole body, asking her how she's doing, telling her what I've missed about school and what I've enjoyed about being home, and my sign off, warmly, Mr. Rake. I can go ahead and click this send button at the very bottom. I have seriously enjoyed reading the emails that you've written so far, and I can absolutely guarantee you that your teachers are going to love receiving these. So expect a reply back from your teachers, and if you have any questions about this whole process, please ask me or your teacher, and I'll see you next time. Bye.